On January 26, 1966, Australia would experience one of the most chilling and enduring mysteries in its history. 3 children, Jane, Arnna, and Grant Beaumont, vanished from Glenelg Beach in Adelaide, South Australia, never to be seen again. Their disappearance shocked the nation, shattered a family, and left investigators grappling with a case that has remained unsolved for decades. This is the tragic story of the Beaumont children. It was a hot summer day, Australia Day to be exact, when 9-year-old Jane, 7-year-old Arnna, and 4-year-old Grant Beaumont set off for Glenelg Beach. The Beaumont family lived in Somerton Park, just a short bus ride away from the beach. Their mother, Nancy Beaumont, allowed the children to make the trip on their own, something that was not uncommon at the time. In the 1960s, it was a more trusting world, and the children had made the journey several times before without issue. Nancy gave Jane 6 shillings for their bus fare and for snacks at the beach. The plan was simple. The children would catch the bus around 10 a.m., play at the beach, and return home by noon. But by 12:15 p.m., when they hadn't returned, Nancy began to worry. Initially, she thought they might have missed the bus, so she waited. But as time passed and there was still no sign of the children, her worry turned to panic. By the afternoon, she called her husband, Jim Beaumont, who was working as a driver, and together they launched a frantic search. By early evening, the Beaumonts realized something was terribly wrong, and they contacted the police. The search for the children began immediately. Local authorities were quick to act, scouring Glenelg Beach and the surrounding areas, but there was no trace of Jane, Arnna, or Grant. Witnesses reported seeing the children at the beach around 11 a.m. They had been playing and were even spotted near a sprinkler. But there was one crucial detail that would soon take the case in a chilling direction. Several witnesses claimed to have seen the children with a tall, thin man in his mid-30s, with a sun-tanned complexion and light brown hair. The man was described as friendly and appeared to be playing with the children. They were seen leaving the beach together around noon, but no one thought much of it at the time. As the days went on, hope began to fade. The police conducted door-to-door searches, questioned hundreds of people, and even searched the nearby Holdfast Bay in case the children had drowned. But nothing was found. No bodies, no clothing, no clues. It was as if the Beaumont children had vanished into thin air. As investigators pieced together witness statements, the mysterious man seen with the children became the primary focus of the investigation. He was described as well-dressed, seemingly approachable, and had reportedly offered to watch over the children while they played. But who was this man? Despite the detailed descriptions, the police could not identify him. Several potential suspects were questioned, but none matched the description well enough to lead to an arrest. Adding to the mystery, a shopkeeper near the beach reported that Jane had purchased some snacks around noon, paying with a £1 note, a large sum of money that Nancy Beaumont said Jane did not have when she left home. This led investigators to believe that the man had given the children money, further suggesting a calculated plan. The disappearance of the Beaumont children gripped the Australian public, and media coverage of the case was extensive. People from all over the country came forward with tips and potential sightings. Unfortunately, none of these leads panned out. Over the years, several theories have emerged, some more plausible than others. One of the most persistent theories was that the children were abducted and possibly murdered by a predator. However, there was also speculation that the children could have been taken by someone who wanted to raise them as their own. But without any concrete evidence, these theories remained just that, theories. The case took a darker turn when several known child predators became suspects in the investigation. 2 names in particular have been closely associated with the case over the years: Bevan Spencer von Einem and Harry Phipps. In the 1980s, von Einem became a suspect in the Beaumont case after being convicted of the abduction and murder of 15-year-old Richard Kelvin. Investigators noted several similarities between Kelvin's murder and the disappearance of the Beaumont children. However, no definitive evidence linking von Einem to the case has ever been found, and he has consistently denied any involvement. Another significant figure in the investigation is Harry Phipps, a wealthy Adelaide businessman. Phipps was known for his connection to pedophilia and had been accused of inappropriate behavior with children. In 2013, his estranged son claimed that his father might have been involved in the Beaumont children's disappearance. Phipps lived near Glenelg Beach, and several people came forward suggesting they had seen the children in his company. In 2018, police excavated a factory site once owned by Phipps after two men claimed they had been hired by him to dig a large hole on the property around the time of the children's disappearance. However, despite extensive searches, nothing was uncovered. The Beaumont children's disappearance remains one of the most infamous unsolved cases in Australian history. The passage of time has made solving the case even harder. The longer a case remains open, the more memories fade, witnesses die, and potential evidence is lost. The investigative team working on the case has grown smaller over the years, but despite the obstacles, the Beaumont case remains open. In 2023, it was reported that solving the case is becoming increasingly difficult, with even new technological advancements offering limited hope. The enduring mystery continues to haunt South Australia and the Beaumont family. Nancy and Jim Beaumont lived the rest of their lives with no answers. Nancy died in an Adelaide nursing home on the 16th of September, 2019, aged 92. Grant died, also in Adelaide, on the 9th of April 2023, aged 97. A funeral notice published said Grant, also known as Jim, was reunited in heaven with his children. The disappearance of Jane, Arnna, and Grant Beaumont is a tragedy that has cast a long shadow over Australia for nearly 6 decades. It's a case that still captures the imagination and hearts of many, with each passing year only deepening the pain of unanswered questions. The hope for closure remains, but the reality is that this mystery may never be solved. As time goes on, the question still lingers. What really happened to the Beaumont children on that fateful summer day in 1966?